Welcome back to another lesson of East Main 101. I'm facilitator, City of Jackson, Tennessee Communications Director Kenneth Cummings. You might see something on the table here because for lesson 35 of East Main 101, I have with me the Creative Services Manager for the Ned R. McWherter West Tennessee Cultural Arts Center, Jordan Alexander. This isn't Jordan, that's Jordan. Jordan, thank you for coming on to East Main 101 for such short notice, but you've got a birthday coming up, or it has passed by the time this is recorded. So
yes.
Happy early birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm excited to talk to you because the role that you play as the Ned gets people to the Ned. I say that because without your creative services, your graphic design and your ideas and things like that, no one would know what the Ned is and what's going on there. So, for one, I appreciate you being there and doing that work for the Ned. So, welcome to East Main 101.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So first off, we're going to learn more about you. I asked this question, who is Jordan? Why is Jordan? How is Jordan? Talk about Jordan.
Oh, man, why is Jordan? I ask myself that every day. I'm Jordan. I am the Creative Services Manager, like you said. So I handle a lot of the sort of visual promotion things, posters, flyers, T-shirts, things like that. Mm-hmm. Occasionally a enter here sign. But I also help with productions a lot. So I'll do scenic painting, help with set construction, and just kind of handle a lot of like the visual aspects of what you see on the stage.
So are you from Jackson?
Yes. Yes, I was born in Jackson and went to high school here, went to Northside. Okay. And then for college, I went for a couple of years at Lambeth and then transferred to Memphis. Okay. And this is before they were sort of combined. Right. But yeah, I went to the University of Memphis, graduated from there, studied film and video production.
You strike me more of an engineer. Just kidding.
Really?
Just kidding. No, I mean, I was like, it had to be something in the art with visual performing.
I'm one of those.
So what is it about performing arts that you love so much that made you want to do something like this?
It's just something that I've always enjoyed. Like when I was in high school, I was a very kind of quiet kid. Okay. And not until I took a theater class and got up on the stage did I really start to kind of come out of my shell. And it's such a great thing that kind of forces you to like interact with people and be vulnerable and be just be silly, be weird, do things that you feel like you would be bullied for, and everyone is just like in the same boat and cool with it
because you're acting.
Yeah.
We know it's not really Jordan if you play a murderer on stage.
Well, that too, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's but just that sort of like the forced exposure to things that frighten you. Mm-hmm. Getting up on a stage in front of a bunch of people seems on its face to be a really scary thing, but once you do it and you realize that it's okay, it kind of makes you more comfortable in your own skin, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. I'm not an actor, but I love the arts. Mm-hmm. One thing I've noticed, the city of Jackson, we have a lot of creative people in all the aspects of their departments. Mm-hmm. So Jordan Alexander is majoring in film. What else is it about that drives you to this realm of the arts?
About film?
You say you do a lot of the production design work and props and things like that. Well, what is it about?
I'm also, I like to paint and draw in general. And that was kind of an early thing that it was like, oh, this is something that I can bring to this is that I love to make art. And so that's kind of part of it as well. I also kind of handle the art galleries for the Ned as well. and I just love painting, and this is something that allows me to do that in a way that is supporting this larger project that so many people are working so hard on. I can use my sort of skills to elevate something
in all the ways, whether it's the interior signs to a grand production set design. And I've seen some of your work. It's amazing what you do.
Well, thank you.
Especially those interior signs.
Oh my gosh,
those are the best. I've never seen anything like the ones.
Everybody knows where to go.
That's exactly right. If you don't know where to go, so you again. Film, theater, what is your favorite type? You, to me, seem like a improv type person that you could just on the spot do some things.
I don't. Not. I mean, I can, but I've not explored like doing improv really.
So that's not one of your. I guess
I can do it, and I've done it like in high school, but it's something. I don't know. I get out of practice and I get self-conscious about it, kind of thing.
But you can get on stage and play a specific part and just.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think with improv, the fear of not knowing what I'm saying as I'm saying it. I don't know. But that's like it's an important skill to have to be able to think on your feet, and so it's a good practice for sure.
So how long have you been at, I'm not going to say the entire name, the Ned. That's what we know about. Yeah. How long have you been at the Ned?
I've been there since October 2018.
Okay. And what brought you to the Ned? How did you learn about it? And how did you get this position?
Somebody mentioned to me that there was an opening. And at the time I was working at the Pink Palace Museum in Memphis. Okay. And it seemed like a similar position, but it was closer to home, where my parents are and everything. And so I thought, at the time, I was like kind of like crashing on a friend's couch in Memphis, and so that kind of would allow me to kind of come back and like regroup and everything. And it just has been the most rewarding, constantly evolving thing. And
Now, did you ever think, and I ask this question to a lot of employees who are especially from here, did you ever think that you would be working for the city that you grew up in?
I did not. No. I did. Yeah, that never occurred to me. Yeah.
So before you got this position, did you know about the Ned? Were you involved with the Ned in any way?
I knew about the Ned. I had been to shows at the Ned, but it wasn't really on my radar per se. I think I had done theater in high school and then kind of drifted away in different directions when I went to college, left town. Right. But yeah, so I had been in the building before, but wasn't as aware of it until starting to work here.
So since 2018, a lot of productions have gone on. A lot of changes has happened at the Ned. I would say now more people know about the Ned, more events, more theater is happening at the Ned. Of course, the diversity of what's happening, haven't seen it this much since I've been here, at least since 2010. But you are heavily involved in, again, the production side. We joked earlier about the technical. You learn about the technical, but the production side of it takes a lot. There are props, there are flyers, graphics, enter here signs. We're going to continue to talk about those.
Rule of threes.
So your role at the Ned, just kind of talk about it more in depth. What do you do? Again, why do you love to do it?
Well, I'm just a big nerd about details. Mm-hmm. I love to growing up, I watched the Lord of the Rings extended edition behind the scenes documentaries, and just that was a big influence on me with film and all types of production. Just that this group of craftsmen and people working on just things that you don't imagine are a thing, but if they didn't do it, then the whole it's like, I love the idea of doing something really well And if you've done a good job, nobody knows you did anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like being that kind of like background support thing.
I totally understand.
It's like the most rewarding thing in the world when you do something and people like tap on it and they don't realize that it's styrofoam. You know, it's just stuff like that. So much fun to me.
So we talk about movies and film. You know, now it's a lot of CGI, a lot of computer, but you seem to be a more practical kind of person.
Yes.
Hands-on. We got this. I don't know what it is. Donkey horse.
Okay.
Talk about whatever this is.
Okay, so context.
You can pull it up, show it around.
Currently, I'm co-directing Midsummer Night's Dream with Kristen Klanowski, and that's going to be our touring show that we take to high schools, assisted living homes, and things like that. And so what I'm working on right now, if you're not familiar with the play, there's a character in it named Bottom who has his head turned into the head of a donkey by a fairy.
So it's a donkey.
So this is yes, this is a donkey. People joke that it looked like a kangaroo, and now I can't stop seeing it.
I thought it was like just a long-nosed rabbit.
Yeah, but so I've got to come up with a mask for one of the actors to wear. I haven't put a strap on it yet. But this is like just cardboard and paper mache and toilet paper.
And you made that?
Yes, okay. I made this. It's still pretty light, but yeah, it's not done. It's going to be painted, and I'm probably going to add hair to it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
so the practical. I love practical.
Yeah.
Even when I'm watching movies like the Marvel and the DC, those are the biggest ones. A lot of practical stuff, and a lot of those movies are moving back to that practical thing.
Yeah.
What is it about creating it, and what gives you your inspiration of these particular builds?
Well, the thing with theater is that you have to do everything practically because it's happening live on a stage in front of people. You know, you can do some things with projections. But for the most part, everything you're seeing on stage had to be built by hand. And I think, with film especially, I mean, people are pretty sophisticated in being able to like spot something uncanny that doesn't quite move right. You know, we're so familiar with the human face and or how things should move, even if we can't put our finger on why.
Right.
And so doing it for real just is always going to look better to me. I mean, there are things you can't do for real, but
so with the person who's portraying this particular character, they're actually going to wear this mask.
Yes. It'll be a thing that there will be a strap on the back. So similar to a Halloween mask, you'll be able to just do one of those.
Right there in that. Okay.
So,
that's interesting.
And hopefully you can still hear.
Right.
It will muffle the sound a little bit, but Sam's loud, so we're good.
So I guess I'm sure if there's a play that doesn't have any character, of course, I guess you go by the design of what they say in the play to make these designs. Like how you know it's a donkey in the play.
Yeah, there are. What's great is with Shakespeare, there's so many references you can look at. It's been done for so long. So we just kind of looked around at what different shows had done. There was one production that did just kind of a framework, like a wicker mask, where you can still see the actor's face through it, but it gives the shape of a donkey kind of thing. So you can still get all that expression. You know, their voice is going to carry and not be stopped by the mask. But I don't know. We started working on this, and it's just so funny to me to have this expressionless donkey face.
I mean, it reminds you just of mascots, sports mascots.
Yeah.
You know, of course, we'll see this person and we'll know who it is, but in a mascot uniform, you can almost do whatever you want. Nobody knows who you are unless, it's the cheerleaders there. But I've always dreamed of being a mascot and just the fun I would have because nobody sees me. But people only see the mascot.
Right. And when your face is covered, you have to express everything with your body language.
Right.
So you have to be a little more exaggerated.
Because we can't see your face.
Right.
You can be
If you're
frowning the
scared,
entire time in there doing funny stuff.
Right.
So, two things. One, how did you do that?
Okay.
And then we'll move on to the next question of your favorite, your most extravagant set design, whether it's practical prop or background or just set in general. Talk about how you did that. What's the process of it?
Okay. The process with this, I kind of, YouTube is such a wonderful resource.
Yes.
But I looked at kind of the way some people make paper mache masks. Okay. Paper mache has been used in theater for a long time. It's just so light and has such a kind of like a low-tech look to it that I like. But so I just started with cutting out strips of cardboard and like putting it on my face, and like luckily I have a very similar sized head to the actor, so I was the model for it.
Okay.
But just kind of gluing together strips of cardboard and carving pieces away until it was kind of a shape that I liked. Mm-hmm. And then just for how it's going to fit on the face. Okay. And then just looking at pictures of donkey skulls and figuring out the bone structure, hot gluing those strips in place, and then just kind of masking it all with paper mache.
So the first part is just the part that fits on the face, and then you extend it out.
The eyes were the most important. Okay. I wanted to make sure that he could see well and that we could see his like eyes doing things. Okay. Because that does help.
What color was it? You said you're going to put hair on it?
I think probably gray and brown with like a lighter nose.
Okay. And from that, like I said, I've seen some of your set work paintings that you've done at the Ned. You drew out the bicentennial mural. Was that you who drew that out?
Yes, that was a kind of a team effort. Okay.
But some of the set designs that you do are extravagant. What's been, one, your most favorite, and two, the most complicated one you've ever done?
Most complicated, wow.
You can start with your favorite, so you can think about your complicated.
I really liked Cinderella because I made a giant tree, and I got to do kind of like our version of a Disney castle. So it was just pieces of Luan. You know, it's something that has to just kind of fly in the background, so it doesn't have to be interacted with, really. It's just a backdrop. But layering pieces so that there was kind of a 3D effect, and just painting everything and figuring out where the light source would be. So it's kind of like cheating 3D. Okay. That was a lot of fun. Both of those were huge. But in terms of most complicated.
And it can be, whether it's a practical thing or set design, what do you think has been, or do you even consider it complicated because you're loving what you do?
It's so hard because so many times it's like I think it's going to be complicated, and then we solve it, and then I don't like put it in a complicated category in my brain anymore. But I do. We had to make a train recently. Okay. I kind of helped to design the look of it, but what you have to take into consideration, this was for Hadestown. Okay. And what you have to think about is the limitations of what space you have. You also have to think about what function it needs to fulfill on the stage, what it needs to be able to do, how people need to be able to interact with it. And so you can have like a cool idea for how it'll look, but if there's not a door here, and if it can't roll out from stage left, and if like 3 people can't fit on it, then you've got to adjust your design to accommodate that. Okay. And so that was kind of a challenge, not in difficulty so much as just like kind of figuring out and collaborating with other team members to like get it to do what it needed to do and still look like a train. The problem with a train is that if it's too short, it just looks like a box.
Right.
And that's, you do what you can.
And so these props that you make, it's a show about a train, or a theater production about a train. We won't see another production about a train for some time. Do you recycle these items, or do you just put them somewhere in storage, or what do you?
Some of them we do. Some of them, if it's generic enough that, or if it's a type of thing that is used a lot, we'll go, okay, how can we store this? We'll use it for this show, or we've got this show in the summer. We need to like make sure that we hang on to this. But so often, in the case with the train, we just stripped it for parts as soon as the show was over.
So how long before you know what you're going to design, or you have this train that you need to build for a specific show that's coming up? How far ahead in advance are y'all starting the process of making this train for the show day?
Yeah, pretty much immediately. Okay. Like the week of or week before auditions, we'll have like production meetings.
Okay.
And start figuring out like a bullet point list of like, here we need to have a train, we need to have, you know, a lamppost, you know, we have all of these things that need to be done, you know, by time of show. How can we start working toward that right now? What does that need to look at or look like? So there's a lot of planning, and you know, we start early, and sometimes it still feels like, man, if we had one more week, we could have really knocked that out of the park.
I totally understand that. So as far as shows go, you mentioned one thing, and we'll go into some of the upcoming events. One thing that y'all do now that I think you recently started, the shows on the road, where you take some of the shows to the high schools, to some of the senior living centers. Talk about that and the initiative behind it, and why you all at the NED want to make that a thing.
Yeah, it's so far we've I can't remember the year that we started doing it, but we've been doing it for a couple of years at least. We've done Julius Caesar, Princess and the Pea, Macbeth, and now Midsummer Night's Dream. A lot of it's Shakespeare.
Okay.
And really the idea is just to it's a good experience for the kids involved in the show to be able to like kind of one-man band this thing, you know. They're carrying all of the,
how a show on the road goes. Okay.
It's a good chance for them to like practice in front of different audiences and understand like what goes into, you know, loading up the van and figuring out where the set pieces need to go. Okay. But it's also a chance for people who might not otherwise be exposed to a Shakespeare production to be able to see that. And maybe, you know, get some folks inspired to try it out. You know, the cool thing with doing, because these traveling productions are cast with teens. Okay. And so the idea was, if we go to schools and people in the audience, teenagers, see people their age up there, that it might be something where they're like, oh, maybe it's not so weird that I might be interested in doing this, or they're doing it. And we make sure to have the kids go around and like introduce themselves and talk about, you know, where they go to school and things like that. And just so it's like, once they get on stage, it's like, it's that person I was just talking to up there. Gotcha. And they're just normal people like me, you know.
So the show's on the road, and y'all go to high schools, senior living centers, just all over.
Yes, we'll have a performance at the library too, and we're going to end it with 2 performances on November 1st at the Carnegie.
Okay, and these are before the actual show at the NED, or y'all do it during showtime?
With this particular production, we won't actually perform on the NED stage. Okay. Just due to scheduling.
But there are some that y'all do when y'all, let's say you're doing Cinderella and you want to take it on the road. Do you take it on the road before the show to get people ready? Hey, come see the full show, or do y'all take it?
We don't travel around with like something like Cinderella. I think that there may be like a rights thing with a show like that. And like Shakespeare, I think, is public domain. Okay. So but we do go to different events downtown or around Jackson and maybe perform a song or something like that. Just to kind of like get the word out and pass out flyers and things like that.
So you got a flyer over here with some of the upcoming events. Yeah. Talk about some of the ones that are coming up at the NED.
Oh, right. Well, we've got Look Forward, the Ruby Bridges story.
Ooh, that sounds like a
Yeah,
okay.
that's the performances are going to be February 10th through the 14th, but
Okay.
auditions are in December, the 8th and 9th.
It's a good Black History Month
Yeah,
production. Okay.
yeah.
What else you got going on with
We've
that?
also got Velveteen Rabbit. That's going to be a touring show as well.
Okay.
And I think, let me see. Oh, Guys and Dolls is going on right now.
Okay.
So that's going to be in November.
All right.
13th through the 22nd.
So with these shows, of course, you've got auditions. Talk about how people can audition for any of these shows.
We post all of our audition sort of notices on our Facebook page and Instagram. We'll put sort of information out there. That's probably the best place to find all of that.
Okay.
It'll also be available on our page on the city's website, jacksontn.gov. Yeah, we I would say social media and the website are places to go to check that out. And yeah.
Now, in the years that you've been there, how has interest in the net and production show, how has it grown? I know I see a lot more about auditions and things like that, but let me ask it this way: have you seen the growth in people's interest in theater? People that you would never think come audition, those who have been auditioning forever. Do you see new faces? Is it always the same people, or how does?
Yeah, you do see new faces. I think that a lot of turnout depends on how familiar people are with the show that is chosen. But I've been surprised. Like where has this person been? Like you're a senior and you're about to graduate, and this is the first show you're doing. But yeah, there's been a lot of really good turnout. I'm sorry, what was the first part of that question?
Well, just have you seen a growth in the number of people who are interested in auditioning or interested in the NED since you've been there?
Yes. Yeah, there has definitely been sort of an increase of people, but I think just in general, the theater community in Jackson at large has grown.
It's
like
huge.
you cannot pick a weekend that there's not a production going on somewhere close by. It's really cool. I think that it's cool that there's so much theater in Jackson now. It's
Jackson. It truly is a creative city, and it's a lot of people. It seems like recently have just come out of their shells. Like, okay, let me create. Let me be an artist. Let me be visual artist. Let me be a performing art. It's out there. Music, singing, acting, photography, artwork, all of that. And the net is kind of a hub for a lot of those things, would you say?
Yeah, I think so.
So Ned McWherter, I'm sorry, let me read that right. The Ned R. McWherter West Tennessee Cultural Arts Center Creative Services Manager, Jordan Alexander. Thank you again for coming on East Main 101.
Of course.
Hearing you talk about what you do, it sounds like you have a passion for it, and there's nothing like having a passion for something that you love to do.
I love it. Yeah, it's so great.
Thank you again for coming on. But before we go, as we always do, have a pop quiz.
Okay.
Got 3 questions that I ask my guests just to get to know them just a little bit more. So first pop quiz question is, what is your favorite play or show or theater? Not movie, but in theater. What's your favorite?
Sweeney Todd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
It's just so well written, and the music is so good, and it's also kind of I'm a big Halloween guy, and it's like got the spooky vibes too. So it's.
So you were actually in the production for Sweeney Todd.
I was behind the scenes. Okay. Yeah. But we that might be the proudest of a project.
Okay. What is it about that project that you were so proud? Just the production,
it was just like
design.
Everybody was like on the same page, and it was just like I don't know how to describe it. It was just like
I guess when you've got
lightning
that
in
love
a bottle.
for, you've got
I don't
that
know.
love for Halloween.
Everybody was like
I'm
excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweeney Todd. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I should.
It's good.
Just to see
It's good.
if I watch it and be like, okay, now I see why Jordan.
Yeah. Don't watch the Johnny Depp movie.
Okay.
I mean, you can, but that's
the
I
theater
wouldn't say
side
that's a
is
good
the more so.
representation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Pop quiz question number 2. We talked earlier. You don't play an instrument.
I don't.
What is one instrument, if you wanted to learn it, what is that instrument that you would love to learn how to play?
The hurdy-gurdy.
The hurdy-gurdy. Please tell me what a hurdy-gurdy is.
It's like this, it's kind of like a bagpipe and an accordion. I don't know.
Okay.
It's really weird, but it's like almost like an ancient like pirate instrument. It sounds like bagpipes. It's weird, but
is that the one we see on the cartoons? It's like an accordion, but it's
kind of
you
have to like twist something to and that makes like the drone sound, and then you hit keys.
Okay.
Up here. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
It's weird. I don't know. It's
what kind of like can you play contemporary music on it? Just rock music?
Probably not
pop
well.
Music,
it sounds very like Celtic-y.
Okay.
It sounds like an old instrument. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up, man. It's another one of those things. So if I watch Sweeney Todd, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll see why Jordan loves that play. Hurdy-gurdy. I'm gonna listen to it and be like, okay, I see why Jordan wants to learn.
It's just weird.
Okay.
Like it's one of those where it's like, imagine if I just walked into a room and started playing that. People wouldn't know what was going on.
What the heck is he doing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm gonna look that one up. All right. Pop quiz question number 3. What is your best advice that you would give someone who wants to get into theater, whether it's the acting side, the production side, the building side, technical side? What's the advice you would give to them?
Just go audition. I mean, put yourself out there, find communities of people that are already doing it, and it just like show up and express interest. Everyone in theater wants you to be involved in theater and wants to help you make that happen. And so I think if you have a passion for that and you seek it out, or even just, I mean, we have, if you're a younger person, we have camps that we do that are kind of like a week-long sort of litmus test to see if it's for you kind of thing. I think next week we're doing Willy Wonka kids, and it's like ages 6 to 13.
Okay.
But yeah, there's resources like that, but also just coming out when we have auditions and things, and there are other theater groups in town as well that you could. There's so many opportunities, especially now in Jackson, and anywhere you go, they'd love to have you. So just
show up.
Just show up.
up.
And yeah.
And you can try to put your hand in any. If I don't want to audition, can I help out with?
Yes,
the set
actually, so many times people are like, "I just need somebody backstage for this. I just need. Can you help with that? Do you mind?
Gotcha.
That would be amazing.
The Creative Services Manager for the NET, McWherter, West Tennessee Cultural Arts Center, Jordan Alexander. Again, thank you for coming on East Main 101. I appreciate you, man. You do an amazing job at the NET, and I encourage people to go to the NET, check out the gallery, check out some of the shows, and most definitely check out that Enter Here sign. It's the best sign I've ever seen in my life.
I got to make a good one now.
There you go. Jordan Alexander, thank you again for coming on. So that does it for Lesson 35 of East Main 101. Don't forget to follow us on all of our government social media accounts and opt into our text alerts by visiting connect.jacksontn.gov. Also, be sure to visit eastmain101.jacksontn.gov to subscribe to our YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcast channels to listen to each lesson in its entirety. Until next lesson, class dismissed.